Hey, Luis. What's Quicksilver saying right there?
Oh, gosh. I think it's saying spoiler free.
Oh.
Interesting.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Geek Squatch. This is our review for X-Men Apocalypse. It's a spoiler-free review, so don't worry about anything being spoiled. So you can watch this before the movie, go see it. Nor opinions on it. Sorry that we missed last week. Luis and I had a very special occasion.
We got married.
No, we didn't get married. We went out to breakfast, remember? And we forgot to film.
Alrighty, so first we're going to go through some of the good stuff. And I think one of the things that stood out for me the most was the costumes.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean,
they're so cool.
Very cool. Very in line with, very good connection from like the X-Men Days of Future Past, that really like armor type of modern costuming. But then I love towards the end, which isn't a spoiler because they put it out everywhere, you have their modern take on the costumes, but a reflection of like the old school, like the OG X-Men outfits, like the Cyclops, the blue and yellow, the Mystique with like the long white and everything. Like it's just very, very reminiscent of the comics and even the cartoon, the 90s cartoon. And to me, that was just like the biggest like.
It was, and just the whole lineup was awesome. Another thing that I think we both really liked was just Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy and their respective roles as Magneto and Professor X. Once again, their chemistry is going on since their first appearances in First Class. First appearance in First Class. Oh my!
You shy dog.
Oh dear. But no, seriously, they are just, every time they're on the screen together, they just steal the show. They're so good, especially Fassbender. Like, he just always brings that emotional depth that just is amazing.
Alright, so what are we going to talk about next?
Yeah, so I think there were two young mutants that, one of them was introduced in the last movie, Quicksilver, and the other one, Jean Grey, as portrayed by Sophie Turner.
Okay, whoa, wait, who?
Sophie Turner?
Yes.
From Game of Thrones?
Yeah, no, I have something for this. I have something. So, in complete Pacific Northwest fashion, Sophie, I fell in love with you. It broke my heart, shattered it to pieces. I've never loved someone, a mutant, nonetheless, as much as I love you. And I just want you to know, yeah, that was a little harsh. You're right. It's okay. I'm willing to risk it all, though. And I'm willing. Matt said he'll do it with me. Shh. We are going back to high school. We are going to be on the prom committee. Co-chair the prom committee. Throw the most epic prom. And then I will ask you to please be my date to prom.
Is that supposed to be like...
It's a flower. That's a
pine
It's
cone.
important thing she won't know. Please be
From
my
New
date.
Mexico.
No. It's a small city in Portland, New Mexico. Please.
New Mexico, Portland, Oregon?
Yes, everyone knows about it. Everyone.
Okay, so now that Luis is done professing his love for Sophie, no, she was great. Like we said before, it's hard for an actor to portray someone that was already portrayed by another actor in the franchise, but I think she stole the show. She, brought complete confidence in every scene, and that, there's a scene at the very end where she just unleashes.
Yeah,
and it's insane. And
See.
thinking about that later on, I think she's going to play a huge part in this X-Men franchise.
Alright, so one of the other standout characters that we saw in this was definitely a person who we were graced enough to be able to see the last film, and just as graced this time around, which was that of American Horror Stories, Evan Peters. He has a challenge that we already have multiple existing speedsters in film and television, and so it becomes a kind of a redundance issue where it's like, how are we going to
Let
this to stand
alone
out?
more than one Quicksilver with the Quicksilver from Avengers.
Yeah, and so it's a hard task to be able to master. I know his name. I'm just like Aaron Tyler Jones, something like that. It's
I don't
three
even
names
know.
combined.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. He's a great guy, though. No offense. He's a great guy. It's good for him. It's huge.
It's huge. Bing, bing, bang, bang, bing, bing, bang.
Fired.
So,
Okay.
yeah, we got some bad stuff to talk about this movie. At least with me,
I don't wanna.
I know. But this movie is not perfect. For me at least. What are your feelings?
I mean, I definitely would agree with that. I don't think it was perfect, but I do know that from what we've talked about, I did enjoy it more. But I definitely think one of the first things that we both acknowledged, which was that there wasn't a Hogwarts feel to Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Right? Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, because we got these great scenes where we see multiple students walking through the school or outside playing basketball, things like that. So you kind of expect to see like people using powers while they do it, which even in the older X-Men movies they did a good job at doing that. And we didn't get that this time. So I felt like they missed a lot of opportunities in that aspect to kind of either just as nostalgia to the fans or just even the new fans, like that appeasing moment, they just didn't have. And I feel like they should have capitalized on a lot of that to make a better movie, a more new into the movie. So another thing that was just a little odd, which to me wasn't as present throughout the movie, definitely noticeable, was the CGI. And I mean, I'm not asking, to be like, hey, you know what, you need to cast people who have real powers because I'm getting tired of the CGI. But, I
want some real mutants up in here.
So inaccurate.
I need people with, like, third legs. I need circus freaks.
It didn't happen that way. Destroy real cities, darn it.
I think this is a really problem that, like, I brought up with the CGI, and that a lot of the earlier movies didn't rely too much on CGI. And there's still moments in this movie where they don't. Like, Beast's costume, I don't know, there's characters designs that are practical effects, but there's just moments in this movie where it's glaringly bad CGI. Like, there's, like, shots that are landscape shots with people destroying stuff, and it just looks plasticky and fake. Another problem that I had with the movie was the pacing. Like, a lot of the times, and I think this has to do with the villain, was there wasn't a lot of momentum going on, for me at least. The story just kind of trudged along until the very end. And all like the mood would shift all the time. Like you'd go from a really serious scene to a really funny scene, and you're so funny. You know that?
But it's serious. But it's funny.
Oh my god. And I think a lot of that had to do with Apocalypse. He was kind of a generic villain, and this isn't trying to shit on Oscar Isaac. He's a great actor.
We love Oscar Isaac.
I mean, who doesn't? He's gorgeous.
I mean, there's probably half of a person their left arm just
and that's them
him.
Being jealous. They're
They don't
jealous of it.
Because you don't have his left arm.
Okay, Luis, so it's that time of the video again. Out of 10, how do you rate X-Men Apocalypse?
Well, after much thought and deliberation, I am going to come up with a number right now, and it's going to make sense because the number is 8.75.
8.75.
8.75.
Okay.
For me, I liked it more than First Class, a little less than Days of Future Past, so that's why. I love the X-Men. I think it's going to be hard for them to disappoint me personally, just because I like it, but I definitely acknowledge and recognize the things that we talked about and what was good and what was bad. So just kind of fine-tuning that, I think, will really help out for the next films, but 8.75 I think is good because it could have been higher, but I think it's there for me because of what we did notice. So.
Yeah, I understand that.
What are you thinking?
I'd probably have to give it a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10. There were just a lot of glaring issues as far as just the way the story was told, the boring villain. But there was I had fun watching it. Like, there was a lot of fun aspects to the movie. The Quicksilver scene is so good. The Wolverine scene is so good. And the characters are so good. They're always so interesting to watch.
I was on the edge of my seat for the end.
Yeah.
All those end scenes, I was just there.
But for a lot of the movie, I was kind of bored.
Fair.
There wasn't the right pacing. There wasn't a great... I don't know. And then the technical issues with the CGI. Okay, Luis. So we have a review coming out next week. And I got a hint for you.
You do?
I do. Close your eyes. You have to close your eyes.
I don't like this.
Close your eyes. Cover your eyes with your hands.
I don't want to play. I don't want to...
Goodness gracious!
That's my cousin! Is that my cousin? Oh no, that's Annabelle. Oh, that's not that scary.
Yeah, it's yeah, we're gonna we're gonna be reviewing The Conjuring 2.
I love Conjuring.
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 Watch out for our Conjuring 2 review. Should be awesome. Please like, subscribe, share it, all that stuff. We appreciate all the support. We're sorry again for the little break in videos. We are still here.
And we're married now.
We're
'cause
not.
That's a real thing.
Oh my god. I would never marry you.
You know, I have a really good 401k, so fine.
I don't. That's. Is that Latin?
I'm not sure what it is, but they tell me I got one.